right, Shalom. First, I'd like to start by saying all praise to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakadash. Give my honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is a quick lesson on some history, that Israel went through, and it basically doing the same thing again now today, But I'm going to go ahead and read this. This first Maccabees. So, first Maccabees chapter 1, verse 10. It says, and there came out of them a wicked root out of Alexander's generals. It says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus surnamed Epiphanes, son of Antiochus the king, who had been in hostage at Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks. In those days went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us, that's the sellouts of our nation, that are blacks, and Native Americans. Make an agreement with these the heathens, man, and their elites and stuff, man. For since, or not particularly the elites, just the ones that's up under elites. It says, for since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. And that's how they felt. They stopped trusting in Yahweh Shema Shai, man, and start trusting in man. Same thing Jacob doing when they go to them elections and vote for them, for the senators and stuff of that nature. It says, so this device pleased them well. Then certain of the people were so forward therein that they went to the king, who gave them license to do after the ordinances of the heathen. Right, man. Just like Jacob, they doing after the ordinances of the heathens when they worshiping Satan. Killing each other, so on and so forth. It says, whereupon they built a place of exercise, which represents the gym at Jerusalem, and to the custom of the heathen. And let me see. That word gym comes from gymnos, which means naked, and they wrestled and did things in the gym naked. When you go to the gym nowadays, a lot of them guys be naked in the locker room. I'm pretty sure it's the same way for the women, but a lot of people be half naked while lifting weights. The women with the extra tight underwear on and just the bra and stuff like that, man. They get in there. Oh, as a matter of fact, there's a gym in New York where people can work out naked. But so history repeats itself, man. The scripture says there's no new thing under the sun. So verse 14, whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief. Now when the kingdom was established before Antiochus, he thought to reign over Egypt, that he might have the dominion of 2 realms. Wherefore he entered into Egypt with a great multitude, with chariots and elephants and horsemen, and a great navy, and made war against Ptolemy, king of Egypt. But Ptolemy was afraid of him, and fled, and many were wounded to death. Thus they got the strong cities in the land of Egypt. Slack. And after it says, and he took the spoils thereof, and after that Antiochus had smitten Egypt, he returned again in the 143rd year, and went up against Israel and Jerusalem with a great multitude, and entered proudly into the sanctuary, and took away the golden altar, and the candlestick of light, and all the vessels thereof. It says, and the table of the shewbread, and the pouring vessels, and the vials, and the golden censers of gold, and the veil, and the crowns, and the golden ornament that were before the temple, all which he poured off. He took also the silver and the gold and the precious vessels. Also he took the hidden treasures which he found. It says, and when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Therefore, there was a great mourning in Israel in every place where they were. Right, so you can't trust Esau, man. And that's eventually what's coming back with this whole martial law thing, man. You know, and I lost my train of thought, but I'm going to read verse 24 again. And and when he had taken all away, he went into his own land, having made a great massacre and spoken very proudly. Therefore, there was great mourning in Israel in every place where they were, so that the princes and the elders mourned. It says, so that the princes and the elders mourned, the virgins and young men were made feeble, and the beauty of women was changed. Every bridegroom took up lamentation. And she that sat in the marriage chamber was in heaviness. The land also was moved for the inhabitants thereof, and all the house of Jacob was covered with confusion. And after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore. Right? So you can't trust your enemy, man, and destroy much people of Israel. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and poured down the houses and walls thereof on every side. But the women and the children took they captive and possessed the cattle. Right, man. And Esau, this is Esau history on how he treated Jake, and Jake was going off. So they got what they deserved, man. But that's coming back now today, when Esau gonna come in like a flood, man, with these troops, like it says in the Apocrypha, you know. And you see, it said they took the women for spoils. Like it. This is the devil, the handmaid's tale. You know, so oops, like it. Psalms 55. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to start back at verse 29. It says, First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 29. It says, after 2 years fully expired, the king sent his chief collector of tribute unto the cities of Judah, who came unto Jerusalem with a great multitude, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore, and destroyed much people of Israel. Right, so this is Psalm chapter 55, verse 21. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. And that's the exact example. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Right, so Jacob thought that they was coming in peace, but then they end up massacring them. And that's been our history with this devil, this Edomite, man. That's why you can't trust him with the elections and making decisions for you. One, and then the scriptures say, the scriptures say, put over a man that's of your nation, not of any other nation. Esau was given a lot to play the devil, man. And, that Jacob sleep to that. So, but it's still up to Yahweh Shema Shai, because the Lord only want an elect, man. This is Sirach chapter 11, verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy. Right, so we know Esau is our enemy, so we can't trust this Edomite not to make no decisions, especially not to make no decisions for us. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself and go crouching, right, the whole scene with the elections and everything, man. And in this case, they thought they was coming in peace, man, but they weren't. Though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust had not been altogether wiped away. Right? So Esau always gonna be the devil, no matter how humble he acts towards you. No matter what position he played in society or who you thought he was, man. All right, this is back at Maccabees, First Maccabees chapter 1, verse 30. It says, and spake peaceable words unto them, but all was deceit. For when they had given him credence, he fell suddenly upon the city and smote it very sore and destroyed much people of Israel. And when he had taken the spoils of the city, he set it on fire and poured down the houses and walls thereof on every side. Right, so this is our history, man. And we have to understand that Esau is the same person back then, is the same person today, man. And a lot of the same things is going to happen now today because of prophecy, man. There's no new thing under the sun, like the scriptures say. It says, but the woman and children took they captive and possessed the cattle. Right? Okay, I'm gonna stop it there. I'm gonna grab this last precept. This is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1. It says, woe, meaning destruction, to the rebellious children of, said the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. Right? So before Antiochus came and Jacob went to him to go to get license to sin and, do after the manner of the heathen, because they trusted in man more than they trusted in Yahweh Shema Shai, man. So they got what they deserved. But this is Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1 again. Woe to the rebellious children, said the Lord, because the Lord is our lawgiver, man. The Lord sets up a king over us and everything, man. And Jacob went running to the heathen. It says that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. So when you vote or you go to these heathens, for deliverance and salvation, especially in the time that we're living in, which is living and salvation the same thing. But for your food and all that, you better off going to Yahweh Shema Shai, man. Especially because we got famine coming. All type of hell coming, man. But Jacob still running to this devil, man. They're going to run straight to the concentration camps and take the RFID chip, man. Because they trusted in Esau instead of Yahweh Shema Shai. But this Isaiah chapter 30, verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt. Egypt represents America. And have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt. So all our people that's trusting in Egypt, America, and as you can see in the ancient world, was Antiochus at the time, they got dealt with. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Right, man? Because ultimately, in this place, America is going to be destroyed. And those who take the RFID chip going to be hit with thermonuclear missiles and, the angels. And back then, Jacob went to the heathen for license and everything, and the Lord judged them, man. So that's just a little history, man. Not to trust this devil, this Edomite, Esau, man. But not only Esau, the other nations too. But as far as the scripture goes, Esau. But with that being said, call Allah Yahweh Shema Shai, double honors to the elders and apostles of the world, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Shalom.